It's our generation, we need conversation. In a nation with no communication, a little easy baked in. We're kinda lost, yeah, but we're on a break, man. Rachel and Ross said we're going down with the ship.
Hey. Rory, man, how you doing?
Good, man. How are you?
Good. You guys are busy today.
Yeah.
You got some big orders?
We do. One of the things that we wanted to do here when we built this out was handle some catering. And we've got Costco actually today doing about 300 sandwiches.
300 sandwiches?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Well, we just want to talk about one. I'm just hungry for one. Can I get just one?
Of course you can.
Let's look at what we have here. And really the things that stand out are that you have 7 ingredients. There's nothing that you're hiding, and this taste is just like next level. Walk me through that. And what is the sandwich that people love the most?
Well, so I think one of the concepts, Adam, the founder, who we stumbled upon to some degree in Minneapolis, we started the concept. One of the ideas of this was to create a sandwich that everybody loves to have on a daily basis, but with elevated ingredients, grass-fed butter, Duke's mayo, Crybaby Craig's hot sauce. We cut lemons every day. We cut our peppers every day. You know, it's not there's no soy, peanut oils.
You guys are even doing a collab with Looks, right?
We are going to at some point. Yeah, I mean, we're really excited. We've talked to a few local businesses about how can we collaborate on a sandwich and do some more featurette stuff. Yeah. Right now, we're just getting ourselves, the team here, myself included, really good at making the current sandwiches we have, and then we'll incorporate some fun stuff from there.
Yeah.
And the thing is, people have been building their own quite a bit too, and so they're creating for us their own little kind of unique sandwiches. In fact, a lot of the build your owns I end up trying myself. So.
Oh my God, what's the most unique build your own you've had before we dive into what's on the menu?
Honestly, there's a gentleman named Tyler Bartling, and the sandwiches are so big we got to use about 8. We got to use like a wood stake. It's like killing a vampire.
It's like the foot-long sub. But
foot-long sub. When people incorporate the banana peppers into their sandwiches.
Well, that sounds awesome.
And what's funny is each sandwich, we make our sauces every day, our garlic aioli, our chipotle aioli, our pesto aioli, and including our signature sauce.
Yeah.
Well, people, even moving the sauces around on different sandwiches has been kind of fun to try. And so, I don't know. They're all amazing.
It's kind of like when I think of going to like the kind of hoo-ha or that field, like I'm going around the bar, like I get to make my own.
Yeah.
Are more people making their own, or are they getting what's on the menu?
That's funny. So I would say that repeat customers, so the first time they come in, most people are just trying something, and they always ask, what's the best one? And
so what is the best one?
It's whatever one you have that day, honestly.
I love it.
The signature sauce is really good.
Okay.
My first sandwich I ever tried that Adam made me was a crying eggie. And I got it for like 2 months in a row because I'm OCD weirdo. And then when I tried the classic, I realized, because I thought when I looked at the ingredients, I'm like, well, I got to try one that's built out with all these ingredients. The classics are probably the best sandwich that you get. I think the signature sauce is so dynamic. And with the meat of choice and the egg and the cheddar, I think they're the best in terms of eating the most. But they're all amazing, delicious. It's funny, in South Dakota, the Chippy Denver's been kind of the favorite.
Yeah.
So the buns are a really good example in terms of how we wanted to elevate some of the food. I mean, our buns have, let's say, 5 to 7 ingredients in them. There's a chicken sandwich place in town, fast food, that I would say has over 50 just in the bun. And so when we look at calories, you know, our calories to me are less important as ingredients. We really wanted to elevate the ingredients with Duke's mayo and grass-fed butter, Kerrygold's butter. You know, there's no soy or gluten in our meats. Like we really tried to elevate everything that we have for customers. We have the best gluten-free bun I've ever had too, by the way. And we re-glove for the gluten products. We want to make sure that people aren't just getting a quality bun, but again, with any gluten allergies they may or may not have. Or for me, I just prefer not to have gluten. But just knowing that we re-glove, we bag them separate, that we really care about each customer's needs, and just kind of elevating that as well. So.
All right, so I'm really curious. I got the forager today because I love mushrooms and arugula, and I'm curious, what made you interested in starting this little business?
Adventure? Well, actually, so Adam, the creator, founder, he's a chef. We kind of got to know him through our Crisp and Green restaurants that we own. We use grass-fed butter in the eggs. We steam the egg essentially, right? We just use water to lift the egg on a hot surface, which is really the best way to cook eggs.
Okay.
Versus frying
them.
Plus,
it looks cool. When you lift that thing up, it looks beautiful.
Yeah, you get to flip it over, and if you really get good, you just flip it over and you look at the customer and just kind of wink, and then you keep going.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, it's we just wanted a really quality product with quality ingredients. We wanted this like cool concept where, you know, when we hire people, we tell them, hey, you're a chef. Love coming every day, and you know, there's the nuances of people showing up on time, and you know, customers getting quality product every single time. You know, I have this wild insecurity, as most entrepreneurs do. It's probably what binds us the most, is how insecure we are about doing things well and everything working. It's what motivates us and gets us up and keeps us up, and just having that back alone has been such great energy and good fun, and just really grateful to be here. I love actually doing this, even when it's super busy. I'd say actually when it's super busy, I'm probably enjoying myself more than people realize when they see me back there, even though I might not have a smile on my face in the moment. I love being busy and multitasking, and which is kind of an oxymoron, but you know, a man's version of multitasking, which is the attempt to do two things at once, but I love that. And the idle time created an opportunity for me to go to drug rehab, and I realized for me that, you know, having a purpose and being, you know, accountable to even the smallest detail, mopping a floor every day, wiping off counters, being with people, seeing customers, has been super duper healthy for me. I had my team members started eating sandwiches there at his place, and he just went into this old Herberts and Gerberts in a bodega in North Loop, Minneapolis, and they're like, hey, you got to meet this guy. And then, you know, it was kind of like one of those things where, you know, are you interested in selling and growing? And he said, yeah, and here we find ourselves.
Tell me a little bit about your journey, because I saw you back there making some sandwiches a little bit earlier.
Well, my wife and I, we had some Verizon wireless stores and we sold them, and the idle time created an opportunity for me to go to drug rehab, and I realized for me that, you know, having a purpose and being, you know, accountable to even the smallest detail, mopping a floor every day, wiping off counters, being with people, seeing customers, has been super duper healthy for me. In fact, I kind of, you know, out of rehab prayed quite a bit for, you know, some sort of job. I'd meet with my friends. I talked to a few different groups behind the scenes. You know, I'm thinking suit and tie, something cool, Mr. Executive guy. But God has a way of giving us what we pray for, and the best way possible. And it just ended up working out, as things usually do. And
it's cool. It's like hip, and like it's got a skater vibe. Like for all of us Gen X 90s kids, it feels like home.
I was the worst skater, by the way, but Adam, thank God, can skate, because otherwise I'd just tell people I just am a wannabe. Yeah. It
feels cool though.
It feels cool.
I like it.
I feel cooler just walking in there.
I love the vibe. Yes.
In fact, we just opened a new store in Northeast downtown Minneapolis yesterday. But the grab and go concept there is very different, right? It's young professional people or people on the go, industry people, and by industry like waiters, bartenders. You know, they're coming in that 2 to 3 range before they go into their shift.
Service industry.
Industry, and we're here. It's a lot of families on the go. You know, before school, before games on weekends, in between soccer games, high school kids that don't eat at school and try to race over here before 3:30. And I've thought about extending the hours into the early evening, just because I think there's parents over here that have kids that are going to practices after school, and young high school kids that have their own stuff going on. It's, you know.
Well, I love Crisp and Green. I didn't know that you had the Crisp and Green place. So I love that, and I love this because I always feel guilty. I think many parents do, about, you know, you run out of time and then you just slap something together, or you run to a fast food place, and so I just don't want to feel guilty with whatever I'm giving my kids or myself. So you've got, one of the things I think when I go out to eat, especially with kids, I'm always thinking about like, what am I putting in my body? And as you get older, you worry a little bit more and more about that. So I'm curious, I got a gluten-free bun here. It's delicious. Tell me a little bit about how you think about what goes in the sandwich. How did you source it sounds like you've got some really high quality ingredients.
So for us, I think we're looking at really quality ingredients that people can eat and enjoy, and, you know, still go to work or go do what they were going to do without regretting it a half hour later. And we use grass-fed butter in the eggs. We steam the egg essentially, right? We just use water to lift the egg on a hot surface, which is really the best way to cook eggs. Versus frying them.
Plus it looks cool. When you lift that thing up, it looks.
Our gut is responsible for so much in our body, including regulating serotonin and, you know, things that make us feel good, that help us sleep.
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling better already.
It's like you're like, this is it right here. That's nailed it. But our internal regulator of almost anything in our body comes from our gut. So for us, I think we're looking at really quality ingredients that people can eat and enjoy, and, you know, still go to work or go do what they were going to do without regretting it a half hour later.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right.
Appreciate you.